Well, today is tomato sauce day. Got a heap of tomatoes off Dad from his garden. So got a heap of ingredients here. I've been shopping, so we'll put together a little tomato sauce and see how we go. Have a look at the old tomatoes here. Got a heap here so far. I've got some onions, apple puree, some sugar, some ground ginger, and a couple other things go into it as well. I better get chopping. Just chop them up roughly, I think. There's no particular instructions on this, it's just from the back of a bottle, so I'm just doing a rough chop. Something like that. It's going to cook for 5 hours this, so I think it's going to melt down a fair bit. I like to borrow a pot off Dad because I didn't have one big enough. Oh, with a deep base on it, otherwise it'll just burn if you use a thin base one. We don't want that. These big buggers, we'll just chop those in half. These are the most delicious tomatoes you ever had, and just take out the core like that. I got these, well, I got seeds of a guy called Pete Rowley. He gave me 3 huge tomatoes and I ate them and kept the seeds, dried them out and gave some to Dad and planted some myself. And this is what comes out, and these are the most beautiful tomatoes you've ever seen. Just chop them up roughly. Doesn't matter if you've got a few blemishes on them because it's all going to be cooked up and strained. So into the pot. So we've got those ones, we've got little cherry tomatoes, that one's knackered. Just chop that off, any shit let's chop off, looks alright though. All the green shit out of there. Looks fine. That one go in. This will obviously take a while. What else have we got here? So you might have a shit one like that, just chop that off. That's alright inside. I've got to pull all the green shit off these, so all the little green bits. So I might do that and we'll come back and do the rest of them. Check this one out, looks like a little duck. How cool is that? Hello. Straight into the pan. Pop. Beautiful. Cut it in half. The smaller ones I don't even worry about taking the cores out. Just the big ones. Sharp knife is handy. Right, she's getting there. Calls for 9 kilos for a full batch, but I'm just doing a half batch, so about 4.5 to 5 kilos. My measurements could be marginally out. A fair bit of sugar and salt goes into that, I must say. I'll show you that when we do the rest of these. That's not too bad. Out of all those tomatoes, that's as much wastage as I got out, so it's not too bad at all. So I've got my onions in there and my tomatoes. So it's about 750 grams of onion, and I'll put in about 5 kilos of tomatoes at this stage. Righto. So the only other thing it calls for at this stage is a tablespoon of ground ginger. About that much, I think. And it says to make it into a paste, so I'll get some water. Mix it around. A bit more. That's better. Mix it over there so I don't bloody spill it. A tablespoon of that and 50 grams of garlic, which I think I've just got 50 in the little jar there, so that can go in. That's the ginger, that actually smells quite nice. Yeah. And garlic, I think I'll just use the remainder of that up. And I think I'll just put a bit of water in there to get that out. That'll be the easiest way. And tip it in. And garlic smells delicious. Alright, now we can fire it up. 5 hours it's going to take. The first bit anyway, at least. Now this first bit, I'm going to keep an eye on because I don't want it burning straight off the bat. So, give it a bit of mix, get that onion off the bottom, get the garlic and ginger through it. Oh, geez, this is going to be good. Bit of a mixture. So at the moment it's just onion, tomato, ginger and garlic. That is it at this stage. It doesn't say to put water in here, so I haven't added any water. It's just cooking in its own juices. Right, we'll come back. Yeah, in an hour's time or 2 hours time, and we'll have a quick look, and then we'll get on to the second stage. Rightio, we're only about half hour in, but you can see that's broken down beautifully, and it's smelling pretty good at this stage. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 3 o'clock. It'll be ready to add the sugar. I think it's about half of that. It's a lot of sugar. Salt's about a half a cup. They called for apple puree, but all I got was apple sauce. Same, I guess. 2 of them. And oh, the easy sauce mix. That's the that's your main. That's what I got the recipe off the back of that bottle. So easy sauce. We'll see how that goes. Chuck about half a bottle of that in. So I might have enough for another batch, depending on how this goes. That's simmering away nicely. I'm going to put my tips on for the day up at the Greyhounds, and we'll come back. I'll turn that down, come back and check on it again. See ya soon. Alright, so it's been a few hours, and I think I'm going to cut an hour short, so I'm just smashing this down, because what I'm going to do is put it through that sieve here and sieve it through, and then we'll finish off the rest of the process. So it's smelling really good, really good. It's cooked down nicely. It did catch to the bottom of the pot a bit, but it should be right still, I think, hopefully. Like I say, first time I've done it, so who knows. Right, that should be enough. Mashing. We'll tip that into here. And what I want to do, everything's off at the moment, so what I want to do is hopefully, it's a bit messy, hopefully I can hear it going into the other pot. Need more room here. Alright, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. It didn't really burn, it just sort of grabbed a bit. Get that out. Yeah! Alright. We'll reuse that pot for the next bit. That'll be fine. Couple of chunks in there won't hurt. So, we've got to get this through here. So this will take a bit, but I don't know whether you can hear or not. Dripping through. Alright, so we're back in a sec and we'll see how this is going. So what I found here is I tried straining it into another pot, but it was just too watery. So I put the whole lot back in here. So I like the little chunks, I reckon that's going to be good in the sauce. And I will continue from there. So I'm not straining it at all. I mashed it up. I suppose I probably didn't really need to. So we've got that back on the heat. It's a low heat. I'm going to chuck in, it's a lot of sugar, 750 grams sugar. Geez, that's a lot of sugar. Just seems a lot. Give that a little mix. Fuck, that's a lot of sugar. But what else have we got? We've got a 1/4 cup of salt. Jeez, I hope I've got the measurements right anyway. So that's a sugar. 1/4 cup of salt, excuse me. That's salt. Mix that around. I know, I guess sometimes you got to guesstimate. It just seems like it didn't need to be strained to me. So everything's in there, skins and the whole shebang. Right, then you got, it says to put in 2 of these. It says tomato puree, but I've got the old, not tomato, apple puree. I just got applesauce. I think that'd be the same sort of stuff. So 2 of them. Chuck them in. There's the other one there. Pork chop, so that's also sauce. So a bit of sweetness, and we might just rinse those out. A little bit of water. Use it all. Lovely. Do the other one. Use it all. Lovely. Give that a mix. And now we get to the part where you use the easy sauce. I've never used this before. It says to chuck it all in now, and that's all we've got to put in. That. And this gives it a bit of a kick. Bit of spice. I reckon the more you put in, the more spice it'll be. So we'll crack that. I wonder whether it's a twist top or not. See. Don't think so. Hang 5. There we go. Half of that, I reckon. Maybe I should have shaken that up a bit more. That's plenty. Mix that, this stuff. Oh, far out, that's strong. Alright, and that's become a lot more watery now. So what we'll do, it says to cook it until you get a nice sauce consistency. So I'll give that a good mix while it's heating up again. Get all the shit off the sides, use all that. It's going to be strong. It's got, we're very dark already. And that's going to go for another hour or so, I think. So I'll mix that, cook it for another hour. We'll test it maybe halfway through, it'll taste. I haven't even tasted it yet, Dad had a taste earlier. But we'll see how we go. Alright, so that's where we're at. Didn't strain it. And we will come back and look at the rest of it soon. Alright, we're back. It's done. I've turned it off. It looks good. It smells really strong, but I tasted it and the taste is not too bad actually. It doesn't taste as strong as it smells, but it's quite nice. So what I've done is I'll just come back here. I've got to put it into little bottles. So apparently put them in the oven. You can see that. Just it's glass jars, and the lids are outside here. Over there. So I've got those in there. Apparently 180 degrees for 10 minutes just to get them hot. I'll close it again. To get them hot so that when you pour the liquid in and put the lid on it, it seals it. It creates a bit of a vacuum and seals up the jar. And that'll keep it for longer. I reckon I'll get about 6, maybe 6 jars out of it. I'll give one to Mum and Dad and one to Leah next door. And yeah, keep a few. Alright, so in about a couple of minutes we'll come back and start bottling it up, or jarring it up if you like. Alright, here we go. I'm going to take the bottles out of the oven. Phew. That's been about 10 minutes. I'll set them up here. Lovely, like that. Turn that off. Now I'm hoping it doesn't melt for a start, and then I'm hoping that this will go into here without getting caught, and it's beautiful. can hear it bubbling away. That's enough for that one. Moving right ahead. So those glasses are pretty hot. Far out. Jars are pretty hot. I'll do the rest of these. I'll fill them all up, and then we'll come back and we'll put the lids on. Righto, so they're full. Those glasses are hot still. Now, what I need to do is hold that without getting burnt and put the lid on. Ooh, it is pretty hot, so be careful. Put the lid on this. Might be better if I take that over here. What we'll do, we'll go back over here. Hopefully you can see it. It's a bit easier to do over here. I've got a couple of chopping boards, so it won't burn. So I'll put the lid on here. Put it on that one over there. Grab the next one. Now apparently these lids that go on here, that little popper thing, they'll work again because you've heated the bottle up. So when it cools down, it's supposed to pull that lid down again. Keep it fresh. Pardon me, they're nice and hot those. Over here. Another one. Now, I've got a little bit left in there, so I might have to heat up another couple of jars, which is good. Lots of tomato sauce here. That's the last one there. Here we go. Yeah. That's this there. So, I'll quickly heat the oven up again, which is going to be fun because it's still warm. And up we go. There you are. I'm excited. It's pretty good. We've got some good. Where are we? We've got a good number of jars here. Six jars. I reckon there's probably. Have a look. Maybe there's probably maybe one and a half jars left in there. So that's half serve. That's a half serve of tomato sauce recipe, but yeah, it goes a long way. So yeah, give it a whirl. Hope you like it, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye. Well, we'll get the last two out of here. I'll get them tweaked out. We'll fill these buggers up. Careful. I've got the shittest hob here by the way. It's a shocker. Just keeps moving. Righto. Get the old funnel again. I'll chuck the rest of this in there. Hopefully to get one jar out of it. Might be another half a jar coming up. Hang on. Might be rocks. There we go. Start. Yeah, I think we'll get just this jar, hopefully. The smell is very strong in here. It's because of that easy sauce. It's strong as fuck. So that'll do. I won't do another jar. Maybe I'll put that in a bowl or something. Won't worry about it. So that's that one there. We'll put him over here. Oh. And we'll do him up. There's usually that's in there. Alright, 7 jars. That's not bad. Well, Very nice. Oh, there we go. So that was tomato sauce today. On Saturday, Australia Day, we've made some nice jars of tomato sauce. I hope you like it. Give it a whirl. It's a good little recipe. It smells good. Yeah, so cheers and have a good day.